Hi, I'm Subiksha from the Rotaract Club of Agni College of Technology, RID 3232. We know about the physical and psychological effects of drug addiction, but what about the social effects? In many ways, this can be more harmful than the other two put together. Drug addiction doesn't just affect the addict, it has a far reaching effect which encompasses family, friends, employers, healthcare professionals, and the society as a whole. If you're addicted to alcohol, nicotine, drugs, or even caffeine, then it can negatively impact marriage and relationships, family life, education, employment, health and well being, personality, financial issues, and also law and order. A situation in which one half of a couple is an addict causes untold hardships for the other half. The person who is addicted may have changed from a previously easygoing personality to one who is prone to mood swings, violent outbursts, secrecy, and other forms of extreme behavior. This is difficult for their partner to deal with and is even worse if there are children involved. It is both distressing and confusing for children to see one parent or even both parents exhibit signs of their addiction. The person who is suffering from addiction may be in financial difficulties which the other person is unaware of. In many cases, the addict exhibits violence and desperation for their next fix. If he or she is craving for a particular drug but is unable to satisfy that craving either due to a lack of money or prevented from doing so by their partner, then violence is often the result. The sad fact is that these actions are often committed by someone who is not a violent person by nature but is driven by their need for this substance. Anybody in the grip of an addiction can become selfish, self centered, and oblivious to other people's concern. Things such as paying the mortgage and bills or other day to day issues of running a home are no longer important to them. The other half of the relationship is left to cope on his or her own, which is even more difficult if there are children. In family life, there is a possibility that the rest of the family may feel embarrassed or ashamed at this behavior. They are bothered about what others might think and are unsure as to what to do. If a child or a young person is suffering from an addiction, then this will impact upon their schooling, relationship with other children, and their home life. One such effect of this is taunting from school. This can happen if the child is addicted or if they have a parent who is an addict and neglects to care for them and due to peer pressure. It is hard for a child or a young person to resist the temptation of alcohol, cigarettes, or drugs. Addiction tends to occur much more quickly in a young person than in an adult. Employers are affected if any of their employees develop addiction. The employee concerned displays adverse performance and loses his skills. This results in that employee losing job, which then impacts upon their family life. Loss of their job means a reduction in income, especially if he or she is the main breadwinner and puts a strain on the relationship. Coming to the effect of physical health, there are some substances such as alcohol or caffeine which is fine on an occasional basis or in moderate amounts, but when it becomes a regular habit, it causes damage to health. Drugs such as heroin, cocaine, amphetamines, poppers, ecstasy are dangerous in any amounts and should be avoided. There is no such thing as a safe moderate amount of crack, cocaine, or heroin. Apart from the long term effects on health, addiction can be fatal. Alcohol, cigarettes, and drugs can kill either as a result of an overdose, suicide, an accident, or from the physical damage caused by these substances. Some substances have a greater effect than others on mental health. For example, heroin is stronger than nicotine and will have a greater impact upon the brain. No two people are affected in the same way, so one person may experience a greater level of damage than other person using the same substance mainly due to their brain chemistry. They behave in ways which are totally out of character. They may become secretive or deliberately offensive, self-harm, lie, cheat, or steal. As the addiction worsens, they may start to withdraw from their family and friends or spend time with people who you don't know. The highs and lows of their addiction can lead to anxiety and depression. People who are addicted very often turn to crime as a means of paying for their addiction. This can start from stealing from one's own partner, family, or friends and can spread to include their employer or several organizations. So, drug addiction doesn't just affect the addict but the society on the whole.